Hey everybody, I hope you're doing well. And I wanted to take a minute to film a video about the exam to give you some feedback on how you can approach it and to hopefully answer some questions you might have ahead of time. So in terms of due dates, excuse me, it very much operates in the same way as the rest of our assignments. You will turn it in on Blackboard at the end of the week on Friday in the same format as the journal article summary, which was in turnitin.com. So you turn it in there, you upload a document, and they will accept multiple formats. And then it will come to me, and I will grade it over the course of the following week. And I will post new materials on Monday as you normally would receive them. During the week, please feel free to email me with any questions or concerns that you have. Now, the exam is a bit longer because it's worth more points than a typical discussion board post, but the questions are designed to build off of what you've done in the discussion board. So take a look at the questions and see if there's something that interests you or connects to a writing assignment that you really liked and enjoyed as you were working on the assignments throughout the semester. See if you can bring some connections together. What I'm looking for you to do is to take a single item or a single idea and track it across a couple of texts. So in the discussion board posts, what we've done is we focus specifically on one text each week. This is asking you to expand and focus on two texts. So put them into conversation with each other. If you have an idea, see how the text discuss that idea, but remember to always connect to a larger point that you're trying to prove. Don't just focus on, well, this text says A and this text says B, and assume that I'm understanding the connection that you're trying to build between those two texts. You need to build it for me. And the best way to do that, excuse me for a second, that always seems to happen at the worst possible time. The best way to present that idea is to start with the central point that you want to prove, and you can put it in the opening paragraph where you lay out the argument that you're going to show. So if you're tracking a change from the Old English period through the 14th century or through the medieval period through 2 or 3 texts, tell me what that change is. If it's looking in economic class structure, you could say in the early stages it seemed like these texts or these people are divided into these classes, but by the time we get here, they are in different classes, or there's more mobility between the groups, or whatever you want to prove there. Just connect to that idea at the very beginning, from the outset, and then go to prove your points with examples from the text. That's really the same thing we've been doing throughout the semester, except on a single paragraph level. So follow that SEAL method. How are you going to state your idea in that individual paragraph? How does it connect to the central idea that you're proving in the rest in the rest of the assignment? And then connect those ideas using those good examples. Summary should only serve the argument in as much as it helps you present it. I don't need to know the full explanation of what's going on in each of the texts. That doesn't help me understand what you're trying to do. And when you go to take that approach, often what can happen is you end up summarizing too much, and I'm missing the argument that you're trying to make. So always connect back to that central idea. Think deep, not broad, right? So we don't want to track these massive ideas as though there's only one example of a former and one example of the current. It is the idea of they give you specific ways of comparison. So think deeply, and the best way to do that is through examples in the text. So I hope this video is helpful as you approach this assignment. It shouldn't be that surprising or all that intimidating. It's just a longer form essay. In fact, it's probably something that you're more familiar with than maybe the discussion board assignment posts. So I'm here. If you have any questions or concerns, feel free to email me. And just by the way, I know this is in the assignment, but also to point out here, we're looking at about 1,500 words, so about 5 pages of double-spaced typed text on these assignments. And so look for that as a guideline for about how much information you're going to need to include to argue these points with depth that I mentioned before. So I'll talk to you soon, and I look forward to reading what you have to say. Thank you.